Hello, welcome to a new video of Dynasty War, and in this video we'll talk about if we're gonna upgrade skill or not. So we're gonna talk about Crazy Xu Chu today, and last week I have awakened Crazy Xu Chu already. You might have missed it because it has been overlapped with a bunch of territory update videos. So usually I schedule the video a day or two before it's released, and it happened that the territory update was released at the same time, and then I made a lot of video about territory update, and then basically release it immediately, so kind of overlap it. So if you haven't seen it, you can check it out. I'll link it in this video as well. So right now it's still 10 out of 15, and I got him up to 3 out of 5. So let's talk about his main skill first. Passive cooldown 15 seconds. It will create a shield that will absorb some damage and reflect 50% of the damage and last for 12 seconds. So a 10 out of 10, you get 50% in 12 seconds already. That's something that doesn't change at all after awakening. What's really changing is just the HP of the shield. So at 10 out of 10, level 50 before awakening, the shield has 1050 something HP. Right now it's 1164. So that extra 10 level gets you about 100 more HP for the shield. It's not a lot. But if we look at the maxed out Crazy Xu Chu at 15 over 15 is 13. So you get about additional 150 more HP for the shield for 5 level. In my opinion, it's completely not worth it because he has 8,500 HP. 8,500 HP, if you give him 1,000 HP shield, it's significant because effectively he has 9,500 HP already. But if you give him 1,000 plus 100 or 200 more HP, those couple hundred does not matter. Okay, a 9,500 HP compared to 9,700 HP, it's the same thing when you started with 8,500. So in my opinion, you don't need to get that 5 extra level. It just doesn't offer you anything more. But what's really strong is his awakening skill. His awakening skill at 5 out of 5 gives you 3 extra seconds for his original skill. His original skill lasts for 12 seconds. What that means is his skill can last up to 15 seconds. With a cooldown of 15 seconds, as you can imagine, he can continuously have a shield surrounding him that can reflect damage, which is very strong, and that's why Crazy Xu Chu is very rare and very strong. So my Crazy Xu Chu is at 3 out of 5, which gives 2 extra seconds. At level 1, you get 1 second. Each time you level up, you get half a second. And on a total, which is 3 seconds. So Crazy Xu Chu's awakening skill is very special because it basically manipulates time in a way. And this is the first hero that I talk about that has this type of skill. Most other heroes that have awakening skill that relate to time, increase or decrease time, is also very strong. And I think it is probably the best type of awakening skill you can have. It's the most beneficial because time is not something that you can get more. You can't go back and like create more time. So there's no other way to make up for it, basically. And you can't go wrong by upgrading these type of skills. So in this video, I'm just gonna discuss how important it is, or maybe how much you actually need to upgrade at different stages of the game. So for me, I think 3 out of 5 is enough because adding 2 seconds to the 12 seconds is 14. What that means is I have 1 second gap. You have to think about it, how much you're losing in that 1 second, how much potential damage you're losing in that 1 second. So the worst case scenario is your Crazy Xu Chu got killed completely in that 1 second. That's 8,500 damage done to him. What that means is he could have reflect 4,000 damage. So at worst, I am gonna lose 4,000 potential damage. And that's a lot because that's his whole life already. But you know, it's very rare that you can kill a Crazy Xu Chu in that 1 second. Now I'm not gonna talk about skill right now because skill does way more damage and you can't really time it. It's really auto attack that basically do the most damage to Crazy Xu Chu in general, because let's say if you Zhuge Liang's lightning or Zhao Yun's spear, these things are in passive cooldown, so you can't time it during his Crazy Xu Chu's cooldown. Maybe if you have Lu Bu's fireball, you can time it when Crazy Xu loses his shield. But these are very rare cases that you rarely can control. But I'm just gonna start with talking about auto attack first. In order to kill Crazy Xu Chu in 1 second, you need to have 10 Lubu auto attacking him at the same time. So that's impossible. Put it in a different perspective, you need to have 40 alchemists with treasure to hit him in that 1 second to kill him, so that he loses all his potential reflecting damage, which is pretty difficult. What I'm saying is that 1 second, you're not losing a lot of potential damage. Let's say in that 1 second, you're being dealt like 2,000 damage, okay? What that means is in that 1 second, he loses 1,000 potential attacking power. But after that, he regains his reflecting shield. Then the damage that is being done to him will be reflected. So what's his weakness? His weakness is hero that has skill that has a long duration, not like an immediate attack. So Lubu or Zhao Yun's skill are immediate. It basically hit on the damage is done on impact. Zhuge Liang, it's kind of instant. In the last video I talked about it's instant, but it probably lasts like maybe a second. So he might, even when he gets strike when he loses his shield, he might be able to reflect 1 or 2 of the lightning when he gains back his shield. Tai Shi's skill is duration of 12 seconds. So Crazy Xu Chu will be attacked. Well, he will take a lot of damage during that 1 second gap. But I mean, it's not really a lot. Tai Shi's Style of Guard does like, I think 600 DPS. So he'll take 600 damage. What that means is he'll just lose out 300 reflecting damage to Tai Shi. That's not that big of a deal. So if you can think about it, even at level 4, you get an additional 2.5 seconds, meaning you have a half second gap. Half a second gap, it's very rare that you will be done damaged in that half a second. Regular troops have a attacking time of over 1 second and above. So you have to be right at that moment to do a lot of damage to him. And if you're not doing a lot of damage to him, he's not reflecting that many damage anyway. So he's not going to be losing a lot of potential damage. Now, obviously, if you go all the way, then you eliminate the very, very small possibility, because there is still a possibility in that half a second you take a Lubu's Fireball, you got hit by Zhuge Liang's Lightning, or you get hit by something else that does a lot of damage. It is a possibility, but it's very, very low. So if you really want like 100% security, then you get all the way up to 5 out of 5. But I think it's situational because, or I guess it's not really situational, it's progressional. For me, the level of gameplay, 1 second gap is good enough. Maybe at a higher level of gameplay, that half a second, maybe your attacker does so much damage that the half a second, he will be losing a lot of reflecting damage that maybe makes a difference. So I think you always want to get it all the way up as soon as possible, but it depends on how you're being attacked. But there's no going wrong with his awakening skill, very strong awakening skill. And but all these are for defensive. But if you want to use him on offense, you want to have his awakening skill maxed out as soon as possible. Because on offense, getting that extra 3 seconds does not guarantee him continuous shield. Because he can get struck by Thunder Formation, which reduces rage, which means he might take longer than 15 seconds to use his skill. So in that case, if you're using him on offense, you really want his reflecting damage to destroy the defensive structures. What that means is you want his skill to last 15 seconds. So you can have the longest skill, and you can have possibly try to have a shorter cooldown, which decrease the amount of time between the end of his skill and the activation of his skill, because you're not guaranteed a continuous shield that will protect him. So this is it for Xu Chu. It's pretty straightforward. His original skill is it's not that useful. Upgrading his original skill is not that useful, and his awakening skill will never go wrong. Just upgrade it as soon as you have enough resource. So I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.